the only prediction I can really give is a beatdown.
A beatdown was predicted here and only here by my man Ryan Kimbrough. Julien Virgin coming to you live on location with NFC amateur lightweight Ryan Kimbrough ahead of his bout at NFC Fight Night 142 this Saturday at District Atlanta against Daryl Woodall. Ryan, not how you doing, but how you living?
I'm living good, bro. I have no complaints. You know, life is good. You know, I've been training throughout the holidays and just living life, bro. Life is good. Life is good.
I talk to a lot of people, and they always say good. I want to know what's your good look like in particular, man.
I mean, I feel free. You know, I feel good. My body feels good. I feel good physically, and I feel good mentally. You know, it's in harmony with each other. You know, I'm training. I feel good, and my skill set as far as my conditioning goes as well. I'm good. I feel good.
That's awesome, man.
That's what good is to me.
Word. I appreciate you expanding on that because a lot of people, they'll just say good and just expect it just to fly. It's not flying with you. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. Can you have a big bout coming up, man? Your third bout, and this is going to be a Muay Thai bout, not a regular mixed martial arts competition coming up on Saturday. You took the fight on a week's notice.
A week's notice, yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it's a crazy coincidence too that I'm glad that you asked this question, man, because January 15th is the anniversary of my mom's passing.
Indeed.
She passed away 4 years ago from her battle with cancer. And when this opportunity presented itself, I said, I got to take it. And it's Muay Thai too, so I don't have to worry about wrestling and jiu-jitsu and stuff like that as well. So it's all kickboxing. And I'm wearing headgear and stuff like that, so it's kind of low risk. But, you know, I wanted to honor my mom in that way. And she's the reason I'm in martial arts in the first place. She signed me up in Taekwondo in kindergarten and made sure that I kept up with it all the way up until high school. And, you know, I was her warrior. She called me her warrior, man. So that's the main reason I took this fight. You know, it's kind of crazy for somebody to take a fight on a week's notice without a fighting camp at all. You know, I didn't have no fight camp, no training camp. You know, I'm coming in off of regular training. So I believe in my skill set that much for me to go in there and fight somebody who had a full training camp and get it done. You feel me?
For sure. What's your mom's name?
Melanie.
Melanie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not just you going out there, it's you and Melanie.
That's right. Guardian angel.
Absolutely, man. How did her passing 4 years ago, how did it affect you as the man that's sitting here with me today?
It took away all the fear out of me. You feel me? That was my biggest fear right there, losing my mom, because she was the closest person to me. You know, she raised me. And, you know, we were like this, you know what I'm saying, close. You know, she was my best friend. And she ended up getting diagnosed with cancer for the second time. And at that point, you know, I had to face my worst fear. And, you know, I've been a martial artist all my life. And then I had stopped for about like 8 years because once I graduated high school, I stopped. You know, I was in college and, you know, I did that thing. I graduated, but then I joined Creighton MMA in 2018, right after the passing of my mom, for me to honor that, because it was really her wish for me to return to martial arts, and I wanted to do that. And I love to train anyway. I had just graduated college and I had all this free time, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And then all these years later, here I am competing. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. You have quickly become somebody that's on the radar of a lot of people here in the NFC, man, just because of your first two bouts. You finished both of your opponents in the first round very decisively. Your style is very unique. You're so fluid on your feet, switching stances, using kicks, punches, keeping your opponents really bewildered with a lot of the attacks that you're throwing at them, man. How would you describe your martial arts style, Ryan?
Yeah, it's very Taekwondo based, you know, free flowing, like you said. You know, I have a lot of inspiration behind my moves and the different things that I decide to do during the fight. I have a lot of inspiration from Israel Adesanya, you feel me? Anderson Silva, John Jones, those kind of guys, you feel me? Tall, lanky guys who use their range very well. Lots of movement, lots of lateral movement, quickness, combinations, lots of kicks and stuff like that. That's kind of my style. And that was my style back in Taekwondo, so it's nothing new. I've been doing this for a long time. So kickboxing is my that's my safe spot. Even though I've been working on a lot of jiu-jitsu, a lot of wrestling over at Creighton MMA, they made sure that if I was entering the cage at all, that if I'm representing them, I gotta be on my shit. You feel me? So, excuse my French.
You good? It's real. It's real shit over here, man.
Yeah. They made sure that I'm on point when I step in the cage. So I spent a lot of time on the mats as well, training with Logan Santos. He's been putting on for Creighton.
For sure.
I've had a lot of tough training partners, and I feel like my style is definitely molded into what it is now. It's just an accumulation of all the training that I've had. You feel me?
Absolutely, man. And again, your style is one that we really don't see a lot. And watching Cage Shot, I expect big things from you moving forward, man. I know you had 2 competitions already. You're going into your 3rd one this Saturday evening at NFC Fight Night 142 at District Atlanta. Doors at 6. Fights at 7. Walking into the cage, what are your usual emotions, and do you think those emotions will be any different knowing that you're fighting on a 4-year anniversary of your mother passing?
Yeah, I think it's gonna mean more to me this time. My first 2 fights, I didn't feel jitters that much. I know that it's a common thing for fighters to feel that pre-fight anxiety, but for me, I do put extra work into my mind and my soul before a fight. I like to meditate. I like to relax. I like to, of course, train hard, leading up into the fight. But, I might even do some yoga, you know what I mean, to try to get my mind and body right. And but this time, it's for a purpose. I'm going in to prove to my mom that that I'm still in it for her. You feel me?
Absolutely.
I had to honor her with this. So, I'm still just as calm as ever, but I'm not losing.
Period.
I'm not losing. So there's that.
I like that, man. Now, we talked about the jitters walking into the cage. What can we expect to hear as your name is called walking in? What's going to be a walkout song?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think it might be some Larry June. Like, I've been listening to a lot of West Coast rap lately. I like rap from all over. I'm from the South. I'm from here.
Indeed.
Born and raised. But, I love up north rap. I might do some West Side Gun.
Yeah.
I might do some Jay-Z. Whoever, you never know. But I'm thinking Larry June. That's my first choice. I got to send something to David Oblas before the day is up. So
Indeed.
Yeah.
Now, I asked you a little bit about why you compete.
Mm-hmm.
You explained to me that your mom is a big reason on getting you involved with martial arts, man. But what compels you to get into a cage half naked to fight another person that's looking to take your head off in front of friends, family, strangers? Because everybody's not built like that mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, man. What is your why?
For me, I think it's a great test of me being a man, at least standing up to a physical, test. You know what I mean? It's a mental test as well, more so of a mental test. I'm gonna change my answer. It's a test of my mental fortitude. For me to step on the stage in front of all these people I don't know, my family and friends as well, to risk, my own health, just to, really test my skill. It feels like I'm born for this. You feel me? So I feel like it's natural. When I'm in there fighting and performing, my mind is blank, and I think it's absolutely an experience I've never felt before. And so when I'm in there, my mind is blank, and I'm just flowing and doing what I do. It's something else, man. So I think that's my why right there. I want to carry that into a career, and then after my career, I want to coach. And so it's just levels to it.
I would never do that. Walk into a cage. I don't want to never say never.
Yeah.
I have no plans to step into a cage and compete against anybody else half naked.
Yeah.
However, what I do always give is respect to anybody who's willing to make that walk, win, lose, or draw. With that said, what is your worst fear? Because I know, what keeps me from going out there is getting embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Getting knocked out, cold.
Yeah.
What is your worst fear with getting into the cage?
Disappointing myself is really it. Like, giving up is my biggest fear. Getting knocked out, people will forget about it next week. You know what I'm saying? They'll go home and get in bed and go to sleep and forget all about it and not pay attention. But I'm gonna go home and remember that if I gave up, I gotta live with that. You know what I mean? If I surrender, if I get in there and I get bested, somebody beat me up or something, and I'm, surrendering, doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's embarrassing.
For sure.
That's worse than getting knocked out to me. So, as long as I'm giving it my all and I still get hurt or something, that's not that bad. But me giving up would be worse than that. You feel me?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's real, man. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Julien Virgin being joined here by Ryan Kimbrough, NFC lightweight,
Mm-hmm.
NFC lightweight, competing this weekend, Saturday at District Atlanta. Now, if I didn't know who Ryan Kimbrough was, what would compel me to come out this Saturday to watch you compete?
Well, if you like fighters like Adesanya, who else? Anderson Silva, like I said before, one of my inspirations. If you like to see a lot of kicks and flashy movement or stuff like that, that stuff is kind of built into my game. If you like that kind of stuff, then come watch. I'm putting on a show.
I don't doubt it. Now, taking that a step further, there's people that don't really understand martial arts. Mm-hmm. They don't understand. They look at, what you do as barbaric. They look at it as however they look at it, but they just don't understand.
Right.
If somebody who doesn't know who Israel Adesanya is or Anderson Silva is, how would you encourage them to even just point an eye, give a couple minutes towards not only just your competition, but martial arts in general?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, at least for my style, for me to break it down to, the average Joe terms, is like I switch stances a lot. I come with a lot of fluidity with my movement. I focus on flow. I don't want to be tense. I don't want to be, just rigid. I want to be free up in there. Like I want to throw all my strikes. I want to throw it with volume. I'm throwing a lot of strikes and kicks. I'm going for a knockout. That's that striking style. You feel me? Kickboxing style.
Indeed. Now you are amateur right now. Mm-hmm. I know you have to have a certain number of amateur competitions. Mm-hmm. Can we expect to see Ryan Kimbrough turn pro?
Yes, I want to go pro this year.
Really?
I want to go pro this year. I mean, I'm 2-0 in MMA right now. I don't know how many exactly you have to go pro. But I'm pretty quick. I'll be pro pretty quickly. Like 2 more fights, I think. I think I'll be able to fight in the pro bracket. You feel me? So I'm pretty close.
Now, you've been to a couple NFC fights. You've seen other people compete. Mm-hmm. Do you see anybody that you got your eye on? Like, okay, I could see myself sharing the cage with.
Yes, the top guy. What's his name? Christian. Yeah.
The Titan Turner.
Yeah, the top guy. I don't know much about him, and I know he's from the same camp as my first opponent.
Indeed.
Team Lima, and I've met those guys before too. All great people, but I feel like I want that belt. I believe that I'm the best in the state. I'm number 9 in the state right now.
Indeed.
And I'm focused on going pro. I'm not looking past him or anything. He has the belt right now. I'll fight him any day, but that's just the only person that comes to mind.
That fight is so compelling. Like inside of me is like, jumping up and down because I'm also a big fan of Christian Turner. I've been watching him fight since his first competition, and I've seen the skills that young man brings to the table, and he is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. So if y'all were ever to share the cage together, I would be locked in, and that should be the headline of any NFC event. Absolutely. Once that day comes. But you have work ahead of you this Saturday evening against Daryl Woodall. Predictions.
Honestly, we're wearing headgear and bigger gloves. I want to go for a first round knockout, but he might have a little bit more padding to save him. But I want to go for the first round knockout, of course. But I'm willing to go the distance. I'm conditioned. I'm ready. I'm a dog. I'm ready to go. So the only prediction I can really give is a beatdown.
A beatdown was predicted here and only here by my man Ryan Kimbrough, who is competing this Saturday night. Ryan, final thoughts. What do you want to leave me with, and what do you want to leave our wonderful audience with?
I just want to give love to everybody that support me. Big ups to you for always doing a great job on the interviews and being there and giving much love. And to everybody watching, I got mad love for y'all, fans of the sport. I just want to put on the show, so I appreciate y'all.
The prediction was a beatdown. Again, ladies and gentlemen, all my kings, queens, princes, and princesses, Julien Virgin live on location with NFC amateur lightweight, soon to be professional Ryan Kimbrough. Before we part ways, hold up. Do you have a nickname?
Not yet.
It's just Ryan Kimbrough.
Right now, yeah.
Okay, we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that nickname, man. But I wish you the best of luck in Saturday's competition, man. Much love.
Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you for your time, my brother.
Absolutely.